What do you think holds are useful for?
Connecting.
What do you mean by that?
Connecting with wherever their body. So putting your hands on their body makes them feel comfortable.
What do you think happens?
Sure.
Well, you've just received. So what was happening to you when somebody put their hands on you? Good
You're more
answer.
relaxed.
Good answer. I just thought, you're more relaxed. That's fine. That's fine. No. More relaxed.
The breathing.
Go on. Say more.
I was thinking that we were breathing more or less at the same pace.
Ah.
That's what I like.
So when you connect, you certainly can feel the breath, can't you? If you give yourself a moment. What else do you think you might be able to feel?
Tension.
Yeah, tension. So you might feel some tension in there. So they relax. What happens before they relax? What happens when I actually put my hands on?
You warm up.
They might feel warm. Sometimes my hands are very cold, actually. What else?
Kind of an initiation of the treatment.
Yeah.
Space.
Yeah. It's an initiation. It's also, they are becoming aware. As soon as you put your hands on somebody, that creates a connection, but an awareness of what you're doing. So for some of you, I was saying about how important it is the way you make and you break the contact. Okay? So I'm going to do a few things and see what you think. I just did it. What do you think about that? How was that for you?
It was weird.
Did you see what I did?
You just lost the contact.
I just literally lost the contact very abruptly. Okay. And it feels peculiar when you have that. When you've made that connection, it's quite profound actually. And to then just suddenly let it go, it feels very abrupt. What do you think? How aware do you think she is of her feet right now if my hands are here?
They are cold. They are cold, no?
Do you think she has much awareness of her feet right now? No. So when you work in one area of the body and you leave the other area of the body, it can feel a little bit strange. So holds are not only used to make that connection, it's also to help the person feel connected to all of their body. So if I've been working a lot in the upper back, I actually always just make a connection to the feet. How does that feel, Tammy?
Yeah, good. I forgot about them.
Okay, and that's all it takes. There's a lot talked about massage and keeping a connection, yeah? What do you think about that? Because you've just done some wonderful work. What did you think about the way you were keeping a connection? Because you actually let go sometimes, didn't you? You let go and came on again and moved around and let go and came on again. Does that feel odd, Tammy?
Yeah, you don't know where you are because your eyes are closed, so you feel a bit like...
Okay, so not too much of that. But how am I keeping the connection even if my hands come off?
Doing it slow.
Hmm?
Doing it slow.
Yeah, there's a sense that I'm still there, right? It's a continuous flow. How's that feel, Tammy, if I stay in one bit there? Do you feel like I'm losing you?
No.
No. Okay. So I could come off here and come down here. I've not lost a connection there. I can even come off here, come back there, but the connection's held, right? So it's not about keeping one hand on. There's a lot of schools that kind of teach you keep one hand on and you kind of move around and you try and do that and it just becomes very awkward. It's not about keeping one hand on. It's actually about keeping your focus and your connection, and it doesn't really matter whether you're holding them or not. Okay? So far, some of you have done some massage. So far, what do you think? What's the main technique that we've been doing?
Strokes.
Huh?
Like strokes. Strokes.
Within
Stroke,
stroke.
yeah. Do you know what that stroke was called? Effleurage. Effleurage, French word, means skimming the surface, okay? Is it always surface that we're doing? Did some of you get some more depth in there?
Muscle.
Huh?
Muscle.
You got down into the muscle, didn't you?
It wasn't hard, but
No, you did though, didn't you? Yeah, it wasn't a light effleurage, but so what I'm trying to say there is that effleurage can be used at all sorts of depths. Yeah? So effleurage is, I'm going to try and not do that one, is skimming the surface. So whatever you're doing, this is effleurage. That's effleurage. Now, how do you think I might deepen that? Some of you were doing that.
Putting body weight on your hands.
Great. So, what if I did that? Watch my body. What's that like? What does that look like?
more pressure.
Hey?
Uncomfortable.
More pressure.
What's happening with my body?
Leaning forward.
Is my body moving?
It's not really going over.
I'm not using my body at all, am I? What does that feel like, Tammy?
Yeah.
Not great, huh?
Nicest.
So, if I use my body, I can lean into that. That feel different?
Yeah, much.
Yeah, much different. And as I was going round to each of you, I was trying to get you to lean, and every single one of your receivers was saying, that's better. Okay? So it's all the movements that you learnt before, leaning in with the front foot, coming back onto the back foot. Good. How else do you think I might deepen that?
Hands on the other hand.
Yeah, one hand on top of the other. Same thing. The front foot is always pointed in the direction that you're going. The back foot is kind of at a slight angle so that you can actually come forward on the front knee, back on the back foot. Forward, back. So effleurage. What else might I be able to vary in what I'm doing now? With my hand. What do you think I might be able to vary?
Depth.
How? Say again?
Petrissage.
No, I'm just thinking about what I'm doing now. How else might I
Knuckles.
vary what I'm doing?
Your
Use your
hands
knuckles.
position.
Yeah, maybe the hand position, because some of you did that. Some of you were
What
doing
part of
that.
your hand do you use?
Absolutely, Sophie. So tell me how I might change this.
You could use the
I
bone
could
hand
use
or
the heel of
thumb.
my hand. Watch and see if you notice the difference. I'm now using the heel of my hand. Notice the difference? Not really, do you? So the whole hand stays nice and soft, but I'm using the heel of the hand. Watch as I use the fingers now. You might see that a bit more. Okay?
Felt that a bit more as well.
Yeah? Okay, too much?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, it was just tickly.
Oh, what do you think tickly might mean?
That you're not putting enough pressure.
No, it's the muscle is tensing up.
Sometimes people feel that as a tickle when actually the muscle itself is quite tight. So if you're going over an area and you watch a response like that, sometimes you need to ease off. How do I ease off the pressure?
Reduce the weight over it. Take a bit of weight off your...
Absolutely. So I take the weight off, that eases the pressure. So now you have effleurage using one hand side by side, and you can deepen that using one hand on top of the other. Okay, and you can take that in all sorts of places. Pushing, pulling, pushing, pulling. Yeah? Do you think we have a kind of a sequence of how we might work with the body? Do you think we start with the light stuff?
Yeah.
Any idea why?
It's a shock. It's a shock if you go deep first. If you start pressing hard on someone straight
Yeah,
off.
so we need
Shuffle
to
backwards.
warm up, we need to get them ready for that kind of deeper work. Okay, so for me, there's a process. It's light, medium, medium, deeper, and then back to light. That's kind of, you know, about the only rule I have. Okay, so do you know what's next after effleurage? So we've established I can do lots of different depths here, but just by changing a couple of things in the way I work, I can go deeper. I can go very deep with effleurage, okay? Make no mistake, you can go very deep with effleurage. But what's next? What might be next in our process if we're going to a kind of medium depth, working deeper into the tissues, and deeper into the muscles?
Using your forearms.
Yeah, we could use forearms. Do you know what the next technique though is? To squeeze and move tissue against each other. Anybody know what that's called? Petrissage, absolutely. So petrissage is the process of moving, squeezing tissues against each other. Now this is your typical kneading technique.
It's incredible.
Did you just say
It's
Okay, so anything you do that twists and moves the tissue. Some of you were playing. This is petrissage, okay? There's a reason why we get you to play. Because all of these movements, anything that moves the tissue against itself is a petrissage movement. One other kind of movement which is sort of in between is ringing. So you're going to move forwards and back. Let me just get in a nice position. There you go, that feels better. Now, this is sort of, you know, it's almost an effleurage if I do it really light, but actually it's squeezing the tissue against each other so it becomes a petrissage movement. Ringing, that's a ringing movement. But if I make that a small ringing movement, can you see what happens? Yeah? I'm now just making it a small twisting and turning against itself. Definitely a petrissage. Okay? So we can take that anywhere. Squeezing, picking up, moving it against each other, each part. So can you see the redness that's occurring? Well, that's actually where we did the effleurage. So there you go, it goes deep. Right. Then what do we want to do? I'm just going to stop now because we've done effleurage, petrissage, ringing, and that ringing movement, any way you like. That way, that way, anywhere. Soft, fast. Everything. And then I'm going to slow it down and we're just going to do some nice connecting. So, light, medium, deeper. We haven't gone into the deep stuff, but that's quite a lot. Hold. Release the contact. So even on just doing that, I haven't done the bra. I'm just going to quickly come down.